Welcome to the Amazon Japan store. I'm Jensen of Supernatural, here to say thank you for all of the wonderful support we've received from our fans in Japan.
No, we'd have to do the ritual too often if we had to do it every time.
Every day we'd have to, get up and do some sort of seance in order to ward off the stuff that we're dealing with.
Yeah, plus in season 5, I was Lucifer. So I don't know if there's really a ritual that could kind of...
Yeah, how do you ward that off?
I don't know how you ward that off when you have to play Lucifer for a few days. So maybe we should have. Maybe that would have helped some things. But I don't. I mean, I guess we have routines a little bit. I mean, in the morning I try and go for a little jog and read my stuff for the day and really just kind of focus on it. And he and I were usually on the way to work, go over the script and go over what we have for the day and through our scenes. And so kind of.
We'll run dialogue in the hair and makeup trailer while we're getting ready for the shoot. And, so that's after this many that kind of preparation time needed it just kind of gets less and less and less because we've done it so much that it's like we don't need a day to prepare for this scene. It's like we need 10 minutes. Give us 10 minutes.
Right.
So that's nice.
Familiarity.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So please explain.
I don't really think so. I mean, I
The
think
success of this show?
Yeah, the success of the show, I guess. Yeah. The fact that we're now animated is pretty supernatural to me.
That is a phenomenon.
Had you told me this when I was in high school, I would have called you a liar. But no, not necessarily.
Yeah, no, we've been pretty, kind of ghost-free, I guess, on the set.
Yeah.
Except for the ones that are in makeup.
Yeah. Season 5 was a huge milestone for the show Supernatural because it actually wrapped up what Supernatural set out to do. The original plan for Supernatural was a 5-season show. And so we started this big story which had so many different levels and was so complex, and season 5 is where it all finishes. And so we had Sam, my personal favorite was that my character found out that he had to be the vessel for Lucifer, and that was a really strange kind of realization for Jared, where I was like, wait a second, like I signed on to the show 5 years ago, and now I find out I'm going to be the devil for a little bit. It was really strange, but it was kind of, you're telling the story about good versus evil and Satan versus angels, and it was nice to see how it all came together. And I love like the Return of the Jedi, the last book of Harry Potter, where you see all these stories that have started finally get a chance to combine and mix together, and that was sort of my favorite, just the culmination of all these events.
Yeah, I will say kind of on the same lines that there's just this big climactic culmination of all of these stories that we kind of peppered and filtered into the show over the past 5 years is all kind of coming to a head, and it's nice to see how the things that seemed so mundane and in seasons past actually came into play and meant something in the end, and so that was kind of cool. It was also a big season for Dean, because up to this point Dean has really kind of been the bystander to the big picture, which is Sam is the chosen one for the vessel of Lucifer, and to this point Dean has kind of been the one who's been trying to to save Sam and to be there to guide him and to keep him from going evil, and has never been a part of that mythology. But in season 5, we learned that Dean is now a crucial part of the mythology, and before then, he never really had that purposeful meaning in the storyline, aside from just being the brother. And so I think that really played well as far as motivation for both characters, because now you've got Sam and his destiny kind of lined up, and it plays into the whole mythology thing. But then now you have Dean, who is all of a sudden now he's a giant part of this story as well. So it's good.
We can try to tease for season 6 a little bit. As we just talked about, season 5 really wraps up what season 1 started, what season 2 and 3 and 4 fleshed out. And so season 6, we kind of had to go a whole new direction. And we sort of go back to how the show originally started, which is, we're hunting vampires and demons and werewolves and ghouls and shapeshifters. And we find out that after the apocalypse started, and then after Lucifer and Michael sort of were dispatched or whatever happened to them, we find out that things in heaven and hell aren't what they seem necessarily, and that there are other factors coming into play. And we find out that the vampires and werewolves and all the ghouls and goblins that we've been fighting for 110 episodes, they're actually leaders of each individual creature, like the alpha vamp, like the original vampire, like where did it come from? And we figure out that we need to hunt these guys down, and maybe that might have some meaning in our ultimate goal of ridding the world of what's evil.
It's Supernatural, the bonus round.
Yeah, ding ding.
Nice.
That was a load of bullshit. I guess it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, not bad. Way to steer your way out of that one.
Woo.